We are live and we're back and we're live and we're back and we're live and we're back. And we are so happy to see you guys. We have a subject today. Of course, we have a topic today, right? Self-care. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Why is it important? Do you have self-care in your life? Should you have self-care in your life? We are going to talk about self-care. Back in a moment.
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, like. Good morning, like. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for coming back after a hiatus. What? Thank you so much for being a part of our family and actually coming. We are excited to be a part of your morning again.
We back.
I need
everything for this light. Anyway, I'm going to share this to my page real fast. Man, we've been gone for a week. Our first week off.
We hope that you've missed us as much as we've missed you. We have experienced some self-care. We have experienced, I didn't do anything to do that. I can't help you.
Can't help me.
I cannot help you. We have taken some time to regroup, to recover. We had some time to really get renewed. That's what self-care is all about, honey.
Well, actually, I think you're right, but I'm really curious about, how others feel about self-care, because most people don't do a good job of taking care of themselves. They just don't. And my hand is raised too. Okay. Most adults, they race through life. This is how Dr. Dennis Waitley quotes it. They race through life seeking money till they get to the other side. I heard my friend Cortez talk about this morning about how so many people just, first off, he quoted John D. Rockefeller. He says, if you spend all day working, you won't have enough time to make any money. Okay. If you spend all day working, you don't have enough time to make any money. And he's basically saying, because of your job, you won't earn money. You'll earn a living. You'll earn a living on your job, but not money. Now, he was talking about people who live like that, who spend all day working and not having enough time to make money, often don't take any time to take care of themselves either. They use the weekends just to recover enough to have enough energy to get back to work.
But I actually think that there's some necessity in establishing a period of time where you are disconnected from the work that you have to do. And I mean completely, because I have to be honest, in this week off, what happened?
Honest.
I am. Good morning, Glenda. I am.
As opposed to,
so sometimes we are telling the truth, but we're not completely honest. There's a difference, right? Telling the truth is stating the facts, but being honest can actually include some vulnerability and transparency.
I don't know if we want to go down that tangent right now, but that's one of those phrases that I always.
What were you doing up until now?
Yeah. People say to me, Look, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
Mhm.
My brain goes to
What were you doing before now?
if you weren't being perfectly honest, or why start now? Or
Well,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh no, really? Hello, Miss Vivian. Yes, we
hey.
back. We back. We back. We back. We back.
So I have to say it was, I don't think that I have had vacation yet.
Oh yeah. Well, we weren't doing this show, and we weren't doing our full time job. Lisa wasn't anyway.
Mhm.
Now, my souvenir. Here you go. Now, I didn't go.
Mhm.
Lisa went to Jamaica. She was in Jamaica, and she was there for 6 days. So 6 days, I missed my wife.
I missed my husband.
For 6 days, I couldn't wait for her to get back.
Mhm.
So, but I was hoping that while she was there, she would spend some quiet time. That's what I was hoping. She would spend some time in reflection, and she would come back renewed.
And I did get some quiet time, and I did get some reflection time, but I also did a lot of ministering and supporting while I was there.
Well, tell the tale about highlights, lowlights, whatever you want to tell. You have to share.
So it was beautiful. The highlight, of course, was the wedding. We were there for a friend's wedding, or rather, I was there for a friend's wedding, and it was beautiful. I had the opportunity to do her makeup for the wedding as well.
I want
And
to ask you, did you do it?
yes, I did. And I prayed with her, and it was really, really nice. The wedding was beautiful. The bride was beautiful. And
It's
I
Tara Lyles. She comes on our show. It's now Tara Lyles,
tell her, Tara George.
Tara George now. Okay.
Hmm. And it was really, really beautiful. The wedding was gorgeous. All of that was lovely.
Destination wedding to Jamaica.
Hmm. And then just all of the planned shenanigans, if you will, that could have been a lot of fun, but part of me was incomplete because my husband wasn't with me. So I enjoyed myself, but probably not to the degree that I could have or would have if my husband was able to come with me.
When Lisa came back from the trip, she made a proclamation. We are not, she said, we are not doing that again.
Ever. 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 Ever.
Now, I'm with it. I'm like, because I like to do things with Lisa. I like to travel with her. I like her around. The house just ain't a home when my baby ain't here.
Hmm.
I was cool for a couple of days, and I was like, come on.
Yeah. But I missed an opportunity that I really, really wanted to take, which was to jump off the cliff. But the wedding was the next day. And so I had my eyelashes, and everybody didn't want to lose their eyelashes in the cliff. So I was like, oh man,
Baby, you're 53.
I know.
Sprained ankle
Oh, you know,
that you get when you're 23 ain't the same at 53.
Sprain your ankle on a cliff.
Hit the water fun. You can sprain your ankle getting out of that chair right now.
Don't say that.
I'm saying at our age, you seen your boy's commercial, Dr. Rick. You know you love Dr. Rick.
I love Dr. Rick.
Are you showing the young man how to sit down like a parent's supposed to sit down in the chair? There you go. See? Why do we do that noise? That's what happens at age.
So, so we went to the cliff diving site, and it was fun watching the other people jump off the cliff, but I really wanted to jump. But anyway.
The different levels, like short level jump off and a high level jump off?
There was right off the ledge. There's off cut in the cliff. There's off the top of the cliff. And then there is off a long stick that somebody put in the mountain higher than the cliff, all the way up, that you got to climb, and you can go off of that one.
Well, I'm thinking about quoting the great Bishop Bullwinkle. If you don't know who the great Bishop Bullwinkle is, you know his song, his signature song. Hell no to the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Well, one young man did jump the stick. He jumped the stick, but you could tell he was from there, and he was actually probably part of the attraction himself.
Interesting. Glenda says, I love you're going to different places by yourself with exclamation points. It is good to be able to do that. I know you miss Brian. Mm-hmm. You're right, Sister Glenda. I think it's good too, but tell me why you think it's good to do that. I have friends I have a couple that I know that every year, both the husband and the wife, he takes a boys' trip, she takes a girls' trip at least once a year.
That would be different.
And they're a loving couple too. Mm-hmm. What's the difference? Going
on a girls' trip for me is different. I mean, I do them all the time. I went on a retreat earlier this year to the mountains without you. But a destination like that for me was something that I wanted to share. I wanted my memories to be intertwined. I think, that was why it was important to me for us to go together. But I also went snorkeling.
Wait, I don't want to leave this point. Glenda says it's good to go on vacation by yourself. And then I told you about a couple that I know of that every year she takes at least one girl's trip and he takes one boy's trip.
I proved that.
And you said that was different.
It's different.
What's the difference? And why do you feel? And do you think that you said you approved that too? Mm-hmm. So what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Why do you approve that? What does that mean? What's good about that? Glenda, why do you think it's good?
So I think it's good. I definitely think that it's good to have an opportunity to miss one another. Mm-hmm. I think it's good to have an opportunity to have some reflection time with your peers, with your guys, for you guys to sharpen Sharpen the saw. I don't know what else to say. And have the guy time there. I think that it's important for growth and development. Hey, Taranda, good morning. I think it's important for the growth and development of one another to have the opportunity to be with people that can feed you and that can nurture you and uplift you and all those things. Excuse me. So that's why I think it's important to do something separate. Okay. But yes, exactly, Taranda. I think family trips are important too. That's why we did the couples retreat. Mm-hmm.
And that was amazing. We had a couples retreat. Was it last year or the year before last?
Last year.
It was last year. It was we did two because we did one with just 4 couples.
Yeah.
And we did the other one with like 10 people.
Yeah.
And that's what we weren't all couples. We had a couple of people that were single.
Right. Mm-hmm. Glenda says, I don't go places by myself. I did not go by myself when I was married. Going by yourself strengthens the relationship. Okay. I think it can.
I think it can too.
It definitely reiterated for me that I like doing things with my husband. That I don't have to do things with my husband, but I get to do things with my husband.
I mean, we've had in the 5 years we've been married, we've taken a lot of trips together. Mm-hmm. And I like going places with my wife, even if the trip is not good, the fact that I went with Lisa makes it better.
We have fun on bad trips. We have had fun on bad trips.
I was trying to say, even if the trip by itself was not a good trip.
No. Tell the truth, shame the devil. We have fun on bad trips.
That's yours.
Thank you. Hey, Melissa.
Good morning, and thank you for welcoming us back. That's what you do, Head Usher. Well, we back. We missed you guys too. We missed you guys very much. And let me tell you a secret that y'all don't know about why I miss you. I learn from you guys every day. I learn some stuff. You make me smarter. That's what I
You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman.
you guys make me smarter. You guys make me think, you know. That's why I love when you add, like Sister Glenda was talking about, going by yourself strengthens the relationship. I love to hear these perspectives from you guys. Together, we're so much better. This morning on the Cortez Hustle Show that comes on at 8 a.m. right here between 8 and 9, right before this broadcast come on, he was doing part 2 of the 25 mental health tips for entrepreneurs. 25 mental health tips for entrepreneurs. And he's doing part 2. So he kind of reiterated, he started, caught some of it. But the number one tip for entrepreneurs is to practice self-care. And that's kind of the topic for today. I'm glad you're here, Melissa. I'm glad you're here, Glenda. I'm glad you're here, Miss Vivian, especially you, Miss Vivian. How important is self-care? What is self-care? How do you practice self-care? Is it something more you could be doing for your self-care?
Yeah, and I think that's a good question. How do you practice self-care? Because self-care is not the same for every person. Today was part 2 for him.
You should just watch today because he did part 1 and 2. He did the first 12 the other day, and then he did the final 13 today. But today, I think, covers both real good.
Mm-hmm. So self-care is different for different people. Mm-hmm. And for me, I think I think I can get challenged with self-care because I still can get challenged with not doing, with simply being.
Okay, now that's interesting too. Now, when you started thinking about self-care, your brain went to, I can be challenged with it. Is that because you're feeling the guilties for not taking better care of yourself, or that you don't know how to, or what?
That I don't always know how to.
Or choose to.
No, I don't always know how to. I don't always know what self-care looks like.
Okay, interesting.
Because I get guilty in relaxing. Relaxing is very guilty.
See, now that is a problem. Okay, and that's a problem typically that afflicts entrepreneurs, by the way. When we take a moment to relax, she just said when she relaxes, she feels guilty, like she should be doing something, like she should be productive all the time. I'm going to get back to that. Miss Vivian says, I hug myself. You know, shouts out to Sapphire Hug. I love on myself. I love who I am now. You know what? Beautiful. Thank you very much. And Miss Vivian, didn't they tell you if you keep loving on yourself like that, you're going to go blind? I only said that joke because that's what Miss Vivian would have said if I had said it. Love it on yourself all the time. This challenge of feeling guilty and relaxing. One of the things Cortez talked about was power naps, okay, for his self-care. And he says typically right after he has lunch. And he says that 20 to 30 minute power nap. And he says, I take that power nap. And when I wake up from that 20 to 30 minute power, this is Cortez Springer talking. When he wakes up from that power nap, it's like his day has begun again. Yeah. And for him, he finds himself most productive when he first gets up. So he has 2 of those first gets up times.
That's good. I actually agree. I feel very productive when I first get up. Hey, Dr. Deborah, you're driving back from your self-care vacation.
Well, so to see you here too, and you're driving, watching the show. Listen,
driving back from Salisbury.
Dr. Deborah, the topic today is self-care. Now, how do you take care of yourself? Lisa just confessed, and I'm not going to let it go because I think it's a problem that afflicts a lot of people, myself too. She says when she chooses to relax during the course of a day, she feels sometimes guilty about that. Mm-hmm. Time near water renews me, Dr. Deborah says. Miss Vivian says, no more Vivian jokes for you, Brian. Keep me there. You be starting, Miss Vivian.
Want to be starting something. You got to be starting something.
You start with me, Miss Vivian, and you have started with me over the years, and sometimes you won't let it go.
That's right. So payback, time for
payback. What payback is?
I enjoyed my time by the water. Oh my goodness. I slept a lot and I slept a lot, I ate a lot, I swam a lot. That was the bulk of what I did. And
You
sometimes
swam a lot in the pool or the ocean?
the pool.
Mhm.
Excuse me. The ocean wasn't as accessible as a excuse me. The ocean was not as accessible for swimming as I would have liked. It was accessible, then you could walk in it. You could walk along it.
Did you just turn 80? Drink some water. See, she don't know how to drink water. Like her husband telling her, baby, drink some water. You coughing, you sounding dry. Drink some water. So, here we go. Melissa Bliss, I found it the greatest act of self-care I've learned over the past couple of years. So it's still new and takes practice, is to take an impromptu day off when needed. Amen, a well day. If I wake up with the blahs and the kids aren't jiving with me either, I've learned it's best to allow, in all caps, us to take a fun day or day of rest. I recharge in 24 hours instead of fighting it, burning out, and inviting bitterness into the door. It takes a mindset for me to do this without feeling guilty, but it always is the best act of, and that's where it ended. Thank you. That was good.
Self-care, I would presume.
Mm-hmm.
It always is the best act of self-care for me.
Self-care for me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Melissa.
Absolutely.
That was good. Choppy waters. Ms. Vivian said
no, the waters weren't choppy. It simply was the waters were not choppy at all. I swam when we went out on the boat, but from the beach's shore, the water is very, very shallow.
Oh, it goes way out before you can swim, huh?
And it stops you with a lot of rocks before you can go out. So you would have to climb rocks to go beyond the shallow areas. And I kind of believe that's by design. They probably don't want people out there. So I didn't even fool with it.
Safety. That's what I assumed.
I didn't even fool with it. But I'm going to tell you, there's one lady, because I can see the ocean from my from my balcony. I wish I could have made it downstairs. She brought a mermaid tail with her to Jamaica. And she was doing a mermaid photo shoot. I would have beat her up and took her tail.
Why?
No, I would ask to borrow her tail is what I meant. Of course, I'm going to be nice. Because her pictures were amazing.
Could she stand up in it?
No, you can't stand. Okay. You're a mermaid. Mermaids don't have foots. She just had a tail.
Hey, Lisa, how do mermaids wash their fins?
How?
They use Tide.
Oh, Lord, the jokes.
I love the jokes.
Lord. I have a few more pictures. I was very kind of stingy with my photos. I wanted to make sure that my husband saw and approved them before I posted anything out. So I will be using it in my social media for stuff and everything.
Okay, good. I'll approve and disapprove the photos that I want posted. Okay.
What's another joke? I can tell
you. Hey, Lisa, how come fish don't play basketball?
How come?
They're afraid of the nets. Oh, they are so corny, which makes them great.
They're not great.
They're great. What I've discovered is, I like the dad jokes too.
Yes, of course.
So
is that your form of self-care?
Yeah, I guess it could be.
I think it is.
But the dad
laughing at corniness.
The dad jokes could be turned into jokes.
Yes, they can. They can, because they're both corny.
That's the point.
That's the
point. Cornier the joke, the better it is. The louder the groan, Like, oh, the better the joke.
Lord have mercy.
Yep. Glenda says, Lisa, I love the pictures of you by the pool on your trip. That looks relaxing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, speaking of which, Lisa, again, we told you about her proclamation. Today's topic is self-care. First off, we haven't been here in 6 days. We miss you guys so much.
We miss you.
We're happy to have you back here. Thank you for returning with us.
Oh, absolutely.
But topic today is self-care. And, it's one part of self-care is, people do stuff like filing their nails and all that kind of stuff. That should probably wait until after the show, especially if you're the host. Because
it was bothering me. It was bothering me.
Nah, sir.
Scratching on my dress.
Give it to me. Bothering you. Bothering me. The show ends in half an hour.
Oh, boo. So, anyway, I enjoyed I
was making a point.
Ocean.
Yes,
okay, make a point.
So, because Lisa had to go without me, so when she came back, she did 2 proclamations. One was, we're not doing that again without each other.
Nope.
Okay. And the other is, let's go somewhere together this weekend. So, this upcoming weekend, we're going to go put some sand in our toes together. Okay. Sand between our toes together.
I was actually thinking after I got up, I was thinking, let's go local.
Like where?
To our little beach here, and then let's go to the pool, and then let's come home.
Why?
Oh, we can talk about it after.
We're going out of town and plus I want Calabash.
Calabash.
That type of seafood that you get down in Myrtle Beach and all that.
That don't make it better than me. That's the other thing I realized going away.
Like your own cooking?
That I prefer my own cooking.
Bougie, excuse me.
I cook well. I spare no expense for my food. And
I cook well. Last night, I had to talk her out of. Now, check this out, y'all. She traveled all day from 6 a.m. until about 6 p.m. When she got home. 12 hours of traveling. Traveling wears your body out.
Absolutely.
Aches and pains.
Talk about traveling. In between the traveling, there's so much walking.
Yeah,
I logged over 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And didn't lose no weight.
Well, you're eating on traveling too. High calorie food on travel. But anyway, so traveling does bruise your body. You find yourself aches and pains because you're bumping into people, bumping into stuff, sitting next to people, touching things, all that kind of stuff. So she traveled all that day and she comes home, happy to see each other, great baby, all that kind of stuff. And she was sitting there thinking, you know what? I might do a seafood boil. Or what? We got crab legs in there. We got some shrimp in there. We got corn in there. A seafood boil is a major undertaking. You don't just
really not.
You don't just. Yeah, I'm going to the kitchen to make me a seafood boil.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's really not that major of an undertaking when you already have the shopping. The shopping is usually the challenge of making certain dinners.
Mark Greer says, welcome back. One overlooked aspect of self-care is to actually be aware of self. Mentally, physically, spiritually. When all 3 of those elements are flowing, life will be pretty good.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you for the tips. And keep them coming, you guys. What's your tips on self-care?
So I actually did an exercise an exercise of self-awareness. Like I sat and counted the lines on my fingers and I sat.
You said that.
Why?
Because I spent some time looking at my hand and I noticed that some of my fingers have different line sets too. Like for example, my index finger, you got 1, 2, 3 right here, 3 before you get to the part 4 altogether. But on my left hand, you only have 1, 2, 3. You don't have the 4. Okay.
So I thought about babies and how babies can spend so much time examining their feet and looking at their hands and all of that. And then all of a sudden we ignore all of these parts of ourselves and we begin to look at other people's parts. And the only time we look at our parts is to compare them to other people's parts.
And then when we look at our parts, we don't see them as parts. We see them as old friend. Yeah, I got a big belly, but it's okay because it's on me.
I never have that conversation with mine.
You never have that conversation with your belly?
No, we're not going to be friends.
You and your belly?
Not. We're not friends at all.
We ain't friends.
We
I ain't
brothers.
down with it.
No.
I don't have its back.
Nope, and nope. Ouch.
Rochelle says self-care, learning how and when to say no.
No. Ouch.
Yeah, Lisa has a story that she often tells whenever the word no comes up about when she was trying to put together another committee at church, yet another one.
Yet another
She
one.
wanted this one lady to be a part of, and the lady just simply said to her, no.
Renee Robinson.
She said no and let no be her answer.
She said no in the most natural way. No. Not angry no, or not no, not no way. No, it was just no.
And she let no be her answer, and that puzzled Lisa, and that puzzles a lot of people. When you want your no to be a no and your yes to be a yes without explanation. Because you don't owe an explanation. I said no, that's it.
No is a complete answer.
It's a complete answer, it's a complete sentence, it's the whole daggone paragraph.
And Renee Robinson taught me that lesson in 2 single
Renee
letters.
Robinson?
I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, I believe that the no has kept her young. Because even then, I thought she was much younger than, even when she said no then, I thought she was much younger than she was. And I thought she was being a lazy millennial. But it was not. She was intentionally saying no. She was intentionally, yes.
I know her.
Yes, that is her. She told me that probably 15 years ago.
You know, this lady, her, speaking of which, I don't know if I ever told you this story about her. I was at a bank on North Tryon or something, and this is a few years ago, to cash something. And she was in line at the bank ahead of me, okay, when I came in. And I didn't recognize her, but she recognized me. And I'm sure she recognized me because of you, okay? So she was another one of those, hey, how you doing? All enthusiastic in the bank. And I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, how you doing? Yeah, and all of that. She was so excited and happy.
She was exuberant.
Yes. And I talked with her, and I was like, still, I had no idea who this woman was at first, you know. And she told me, I said, I got her name. I said, so I know we know each other. You know, you look familiar to me. Please tell me your name again. Renee. Okay. That kills me. Renee, what's your last name, my sister? Yes, so that's happened a few times. Lisa and I once went to a country club for a cookout. That's it was the Black Journalist Cookout is what it was. And Lisa and I went there. Everyone had on casual clothes, but it was kind of like chic casual. And we walked around, and the building was beautiful and everything. And we walked around the back, and Lisa wasn't next to me. She was talking to somebody else. And I walked around the back on the back deck. And this woman with dark hair, pretty little woman, she runs up, Brian! And she kind of like dived into my chest and threw her arms around me. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I have my hands out like this. I'm like, who is this? I'm like, hey. I'm looking for Lisa. What it was is we did know who that woman was, but the last time we had saw her, she had all blonde hair. Okay, so she had changed her hair color to black, and I didn't recognize her. But she dived up on me like we were buddies or something.
And we were. You just didn't recognize her. Ladies, that is a tip that when you change your hair so drastically, you should probably wear a name tag. They're bothering me. I'm sorry.
You don't have to focus on them.
I am. Okay. Phyllis says that's like exercising. You don't think about your toe, your neck, your hands, your eyes, your fingers, and your wrists. Nope, you actually don't.
One of the things that self-care Cortez had on the show, he had different people coming up just like we do. And one of the ladies says she does this for her self-care. She throws herself a 5-minute dance party every day. A 5-minute dance party. She says her working out is boring, but she does her dance party 5 minutes just herself, you know, put on.
Deborah does that.
Dr. Deborah has a dance party?
She does a dance party. I do a butt wiggle.
Oh, you do? You get up and wiggle that booty around?
Get up and wiggle. Let me
tell you how I know Lisa missed me. She was laying in bed last night, and I touched her butt, and she went, oh. She missed her booty rub.
Oh, I did have a massage.
Yep. She got a
I had a massage. Honey, I must have had somebody say, you don't see who's massaging you. Because they put you in the room, you put in the room face down, and the person that brings you to the room is not the same person that
with the hands on you.
that massages you, right? And so the person that brought me to the room was, yes, my lady, we're going to take you in here and we're going to sit down and it's going to be nice and da 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 da. And then the other person comes in the room and she was like, moving me, and she was just pushing, and it was good.
I was going to say,
it was good. You know, I like it rough, but it was rough. It was good, but it was rough. Turn her on.
She said that?
Yeah, turn her on.
So you did get to see her.
No, you have they put as soon as you turn, so they hold the towel up while you flip over. So they can't see you and you can't see them. So because you're topless at that point.
I was going to say, why?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm just telling you. So they hold the towel up, you can't see them. You can't see them. So you flip over, and then when you get flipped, they put the towel back on you quickly and put a cool towel over your face. So you don't even know who's in there. And I think I did something, and she said, slide down. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do what she says. Because she meant business.
If you naked and someone is massaging you and they tell you to slide down, slide your ass down.
Slide down. Please slide down. But it was really nice. It was really rough. It was really deep. Like I was aching out of that massage. Mm-hmm. But then you leave the massage and you go to the spa area. And so I got in the hot tub and I sat in the hot tub, and then it was too hot. And I felt like they needed to throw carrots in there, and they was going to make me into a soup.
You thought the hot tub was too hot?
Yes, and you know I like a hot tub.
It's too hot.
I know. So I got out, and then I went into the cool water to relax. And they brought me some peppermint tea, which I think I'm going to make some more of today because it was lovely. And it was very nice.
Okay, it's now 9:34. We're going to do our greeting songs. Now, this show is
because we missed you.
Let's talk about it. We've been going since October 2016. Some of you guys are consistent contributors. We love it. Some of you guys have been rocking with us for years. And one of the ways we like to thank you for that, we have developed some greeting songs, greeting logos for our peeps. And the show, again, is called Let's Talk About It. Her name is
Lisa Santiago McNeill, and he is
Brian K. McNeill. We come to you talking about three things in particular, three topics in particular, either personal conversations or business information
or spiritual inspiration. But a little bit of shenanigans.
With a little bit of shenanigans. Together we make up what's called the empowerment
I'm going to cut the rest of my hair off today. I'm tired of it.
Together we make up what's called the empowerment duo.
Yes.
And the empowerment duo does have an expressed ministry.
Economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Economic independence through entrepreneurship. That's our ministry. That's our life's work.
Yup.
Now, up to first today was Miss Glenda Tate Williams.
On the freeway with makeup in her pink Cadillac.
Glenda has earned that greeting jam. Up next is Miss Vivian Reed.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Vivian Reed is here. Vivian Reed is here, and now the show can go on.
Good morning, Miss Glenda. Good morning, Miss Vivian. How you guys doing?
Miss Phyllis
is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we could all have a great day. Miss Phyllis gets a greeting logo.
Yes. And now it's
Tremendous hands.
I know.
Put yourself in healing hands, Tremendous hands.
Mm-mm. No, Taranda really understands the kind of stuff
Herbs you
you
need
need
to
to plant.
plant.
Put yourself in healing hands, Doranda's hands.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Dr. Deborah's here.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Melissa Price is here, and bang, 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 bang. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price, the head usher of Let's Talk About It.
Yes, yes.
Is here. So wide you can't get around it. So low you can't get under it. So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Mark Greer, you got to check him on LinkedIn, y'all. Mark Greer on LinkedIn be dropping some knowledge. He be dropping short videos that you can digest it. And he looks good when he does it, rocking a suit.
What you got on Rochelle's song? You forgot it?
I know what Rochelle's song is. It's going to have to stick. Okay. But Rochelle V. Gray deserves a jam because she is a consistent contributor and she's a smart woman too. She knows some things.
Yes, Lord.
Because of Rochelle, I know the term sapiosexual. Do you guys know what a sapiosexual is?
I do.
Okay. Do you want to tell them or should I?
I am a sapiosexual.
A sapiosexual is a person that can be turned on by the intellect of another person.
Absolutely.
They can be turned on by the mind.
That's the sexiest part of a person to me.
Well, for a sapiosexual, that would be true.
That's right. What you want? Baby, she got it. What you need?
Rochelle has got it.
All she's asking is for a little respect when you come home.
Let's try this again.
Hey, baby.
What you want?
Whoop.
Rochelle Gray's got it.
Whoop.
What you need?
Ow.
Rochelle Gray's got it.
Whoop.
All she's asking.
Yeah. It's for a little respect.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. And you're the first person I ever heard use that term, and I had to go look it up. I don't know where it came up. I think we were at the Empowerment Center and something was talking. Maybe one of our Friday chills that came up.
Yes. Absolutely, Rochelle.
Actually, Rochelle, you've been a guest on the show right about this time of the year, 2 years ago. Actually, it was 2017 when she was a guest on our show because I saw you recently in my Facebook memories where you were a guest on our show. We had to do 2 videos with you. Yeah, because the first video ended. We had technical difficulty, and then we started it over.
Well, it's time again.
Okay.
Glenda says she's a sapiosexual too. Come on now.
Are you guys really that?
So, hey, Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Now, are you ladies that are saying you're sapiosexuals really sapiosexuals? Because there's this guy on YouTube. He does these questions. He asks women in the mall these different questions, and it's surprising how shallow some of these women are. Maybe because he's asking women in the mall.
Maybe that could be. So, okay.
Like, ladies, would you rather have a man that's completely loyal to you, but the sex isn't good, or have a man that cheats on you all the time, but the sex is good? Guess what you think the most popular answer was?
The cheater?
They would take the cheater.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
They would.
They could have him.
But even went so far as saying if the sex ain't good, I'd end up cheating on him. Whoa! Even if he was good every other way.
Talk about self-care. I meant that.
She meant that, yes. I'm like, whoa, okay.
No. Ooh.
Brittany Thomas is in the building. Yes, you are, Brittany. Brittany, you've been posting some cool stuff too. I've been seeing your cool pictures, especially around Father's Day and family. I enjoyed your pictures there. Lisa, so I'm you say Lisa Rochelle. That was funny. But anyway, yeah, we're happy to be back. We're happy to do greeting songs again. Today we're talking about self-care. Tomorrow, I think we're going to talk about change. Okay.
Right? More like self-ish.
That's not self-care. That's self-ish. Vivian Reed needs working on, and I ain't got enough time. What needs working on?
A man who don't give good sex.
Oh,
but I think good sex is a mutual responsibility, actually.
I think sex can always be good, and that goes along with your thought. It can always be good if both people decide it's going to be good. Okay, that's it. But there's a conflicting thought about that too. Dr. Joyce Brothers wrote a book called The Guide to Great Sex. I read it when I was in 11th grade. And the book was a very popular book, at least it was in New York. But The Guide to Great Sex by Dr. Joyce Brothers, they say her summation was the key to great sex was the word selfishness. And her thinking was if both parties are determined to make sure that they receive pleasure, like if you're focused on you getting your pleasure and I'm focused on me getting my pleasure, she felt like if both parties were at least a little bit selfish, then the act will be better. Is she right? Is she right?
I don't know because sometimes time plays a critical element.
She's doing the jam. Time is on my side. She's doing the jam, singing along. Okay.
But timing is an element of good sex.
Exactly.
I don't know that I want to.
Okay. This is a grown folks show.
So timing. Okay. Let's think of sex as a beginning, middle, and end.
Oh,
right?
This is going to be.
Oh my God.
This is going to be good, y'all. Uh-oh. I had to sit my coffee cup down. This is going to be good. She said, let's think of it as a beginning, middle, and an end. Okay. This is going to be good.
Think of sex as a beginning, middle, and end.
Okay.
Right? So we'll consider beginning the foreplay.
Okay.
We'll consider the end, the climax or the orgasm.
Okay.
And we'll consider the middle. What can we call it?
Penetration, doing it. What?
The middle. So the middle is the act.
Okay.
Not when I'm on the toilet.
What are you talking about?
What?
So Dr. Roy, okay, wait. You guys catch some comments out. Rochelle says, if by being selfish, each is willing to state what they like and need. Okay. If that means being selfish, I'm stating what I like and need.
So that's communication, not selfishness, I think.
Okay. Glenda's giving kisses, I think. Is that kisses or what?
Yeah, those are kisses.
Okay.
Honey.
And not when I'm on the toilet. Okay. I'm not even sure I want to ask you about that.
No,
never mind.
Not.
Rochelle says, so it's a chess game, Lisa. Okay.
Yeah.
And Dr. Rochelle would say that because she's a chess instructor.
Ms. Vivian is thinking of timing as in the win. Yes. So timing as in the win is an important part. But I was talking about timing as it relates to the end or the climax, right?
Okay.
If you are only concerned with having a good sexual experience for yourself and you are not the woman, you can't get to the end before everybody has gotten to the end.
Oh, so what you're saying? I'm gonna let you finish your point.
No, I want you to interject.
So it don't sound like you agree with Dr. Joyce Brothers, because the man could get to the end before the woman.
And if he gets to the end, there's no other end. It is the end.
But that don't have to be the end.
Yes, it does.
It does?
It is.
It don't have to be.
What do you mean it don't have to be?
There's other things.
There's other things, but not if that's the thing that you want to be the end.
Okay, so if you decided when that happens, that's the finish line. That's it. This is good. I knew it was gonna be good. Vivian says not when I'm driving.
Right. So that's the timing. That's also an important timing as to the when.
Okay.
The when, because everybody's got to have enough energy.
Killing it. Vivian says, "Good night, Irene." Good night, Irene. Turns over and snores.
Everybody has to have the. That's right. That's exactly.
I heard Bernie Mac say that.
That's what happened.
Bernie Mac says 3 minutes. That's all you're gonna get. That's all I got.
Miss Vivian says, "Question: what the hell was that?"
You know what that was. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. He gives me.
Rest in peace.
How many times do we quote Bernie Mac? Over the course of a week. I know I do several times. Oh my gosh.
You still do?
Yes. I quote that. I quote
the pumpkin pie joke.
I had no pumpkin pie. See, sex ain't nothing but 50 pumps. That's it. Count the next time you have sex if you're not busy.
That's all that is.
Yeah, I do that one, and don't be afraid of the word.
Him and Samuel ought to have a copyright on that one.
Oh, no one can say MFer better than Samuel L. Jackson and Bernie Mac. Those two are a different league. Yeah. Joe Torre has a pretty good way of saying it too. There's even
Richard Pryor used to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good one.
Yo, you think we've become soft over the years? When I was young, listening to Richard Pryor, I could listen to it all day. You try listening to Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip today or Here and Now today.
Dang, ooh,
he throws the word MF out so freely. Listen to Richard Pryor live and smoking. He throws out the N word and MF. He says stuff like, I was effing around with my kids in the front yard, and them MFers was
him and Paul Mooney.
Yeah, but
Richard and the N word.
Richard is different than Paul.
Oh, it is different.
Yeah,
it's different, but it's raw. It's definitely raw.
Miss Vivian bringing it. She goes, fall asleep if you want to. I ain't responsible for what may happen to you. If you threatening a brother, I'll be scared of you.
Lord.
She a little bitty thing, but she say something like that, no man's gonna go to sleep. If you say, look, fall asleep if you want to. I may not be responsible. It's gonna happen to you if you fall asleep. Damn. Where's my pants? Yeah, Richard is really raw. Compared to today's comedian, what we've gotten sensitive to is really, really raw.
It's different. It's a whole lot different.
Back then, we would just listen and laugh to it, but now I hear all the profanity.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it then.
It's different. Is it because you got old?
I think so. I think I've gotten, like when I was a kid, I could watch a horror flick, but I can't go anywhere near a horror flick anymore.
Me neither.
I don't do that.
So today, take some time. That was the question I wanted to ask. Does self-care have to happen in a bunch? Like I have to have a weekend of self-care. I have to have a day of self-care. Or can you have a self-care moment?
I think it has to be a combination. You have to practice self-care daily, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But there also is room for a day or a weekend.
I think so.
Yeah, Michelle says, me neither, Brian. She can't watch a horror flick. Or
I'm cool with a horror flick.
And I'm glad we're together because neither Lisa and I, it even thinks it's going to be a horror flick. We done with it.
Now, I have to give one caveat because I have been watching Lucifer, but it is not a horror movie. It's just that the premise of the fact that the main character and his brother are Lucifer and Amenadel is the devil and the angel.
And although I say I don't do horror flicks, but I have to confess I have enjoyed the Saw movies.
What?
I saw Saw 1, 2, and 3.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I sure did.
When?
Oh man, I don't know. Before we got together.
Oh, I was about to say, no way. Hey, Dale!
Well, I need to talk to you today. I was thinking about you this morning, William Brown.
Happy today. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so.
And we always will. Our friend Bill.
He was dragging the record.
I know.
Good
I'm
morning,
singing
Bill.
like that on purpose.
I know, but we got to do it right. That's Bill Brown.
I don't know why I'm dealing with this gum. I'm
You
having
are
issues today. Out of pocket.
You got
Out of pocket.
Gum,
fingernails, gum, hair, everything. I should not be off. I should not be off.
Maybe
But
because you weren't accustomed to being stationary while you was on a trip for 6 days.
Oh my goodness.
You weren't stationary like this for an hour, probably.
No, I wasn't stationary at all. I walked over 10,000 steps every single day.
Yeah. So then maybe you have some nervous energy that you got to burn off. Does that mean we got to go back in the bedroom now? That could be it. You got to burn something off.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm not going to threaten you with a good time. It's 9:52 now. Man, we are so grateful that you guys chose to join us. We're talking about self-care. I had a choice today in my head between either self-care or change, but I think self-care was the right topic today. But tomorrow we are going to talk about change. What does that mean for you? When should you do it? What does it look like? All that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about the word change, the constant of change.
And Friday, Shout It Out Friday. So we definitely want to hear about you and your business. And we will also be sharing some of our success stories as well. So we look forward to hearing from you on Friday. Rochelle, please. I'll just Facebook message you to get you scheduled.
And today at noon, we're going to talk. We're going to have our virtual networking, our online networking today at noon. So we're looking forward to that as well.
If you have a business that supports an international audience, then we would love to have you as our guest. Just inbox myself or Brian. If you have a business.
Inbox me, I'm going to send you over to Lisa. So it's okay.
That supports an international or would like to support and be a part of an international organization, reach out and we will send you an invitation. You can come hang out with us then.
Yes. Again, Lisa went. I didn't. I was so happy when she got back yesterday.
Glad to be back.
I was like the kid waiting for Pop to come home. You know, I was excited to see Lisa back. I even decided I took one of those plastic chairs and sat outside the garage because I wanted to be there when her Uber pulled up. You know, I didn't want her to have to call and look for her husband. I wanted to see her when she actually came up so I can just be right out there and go get the bags.
And he was.
Yep.
And I'm home now. I do ask for people to extend to me a little bit of grace as I respond to your messages, your emails.
You got backlog?
Yeah, I have tried to keep up with them while I was on vacation, but some of them I did not.
No, we didn't play Reunited, but it should.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Tune in right here for Coffee Time with Coach John. Up next. In the meantime, don't forget to have sex.